Hi everyone, my name is Hatsumi. I'm a 3D modeler and illustrator. Today I'm going to show you how I made my own Vtuber for free inside of Blender. Let's get right into it. A quick disclaimer, this is not a tutorial by any means. I'm just showing my process of how I made my model. If you would like more tutorial content in the future, please just let me know and I'll try to make it. When creating my design, I wanted to include simple shapes and colors for the readability of my character. I use pinks, blues, and whites as my main color, then I use dark blue as my contrast color. For these shapes, I wanted balance between the upper and lower body, so I added leg warmers and a hat for contrast. To get started, I am making the head. I'm using a very standard way to make heads, which is extruding a vertice around the shape of the head basically, and I do the same for the eyes. Next, I extrude the edges from the eyes to make the face. My heads are always very rough in the beginning because I'm getting down to basic shapes first, and then I will focus on refining my topology. The head that you see is not the final head used in my final model. For the clothing, I am copying the vertices from my body and I'm extruding that along the reference. I like to copy it from the body because it saves time and it makes weight painting a lot easier for me. Making the jacket was pretty challenging for me, mainly because of the off-the-shoulder design. It just makes a lot of issues with weight painting, but it worked out in the end. You might see my model flip from blue to red a lot, and that is because I'm checking my normals. When you're extruding a lot, your normals can get flipped, so it's important to save you a headache when exporting to FBX later. If your faces are red, that means that they are flipped. If they are blue, they are normal. Mine are red, but don't worry, it's because I use a solidify modifier for my outlines of my face and body. For the hair, I'm using a cylinder with 3 vertices, and then I just add more lines and use the split tool to match it up to my reference. This method is a bit easier to me because I can split the faces any way that I want to get my desired shape. texture everything because Blender does not have a lot of essential brushes or good brushes needed for texturing, and I needed a lot of layers to work with as well. I'm copying my Live 2D layer setup onto my UVs. The body, I'm doing this in Blender because it's a bit easier for me to see my seams, and I don't need many layers for it honestly. I just needed one layer. I fill in my shadows first, and then I do my highlights. After that, I blend it all in with the smudge tool. The clothing is pretty easy as well. I'm doing the same method I use for the body, but for my jacket, leg warmers, and skirt, I took the images from my Live 2D model and I stenciled it onto my 3D model. It was a bit easier this way since I did draw my Live 2D model, so I didn't have to redraw it again. The back faces and sides, I textured by hand. I do not recommend that you stencil on textures unless you drew your reference image or you have permission from the artist that drew that reference for you. The hair is the same as the face, referencing my Live 2D model and just drawing that onto the 3D model. I wasn't going for a complete one-to-one look with the hair or this entire model, but I wanted it pretty close to my reference image. The rigging was pretty straightforward. I copied the weights from my body onto the clothing and smoothed it out with the blur tool. I add bones in the ribbon, hair, and ears, and that's about it. The skirt, I don't add any bones because I use magical cloth. Paint your hair better, I suggest you use this tool, which is this. It isolates areas so you don't accidentally paint something that you don't want painted. I made all 52 AR-Kit blend shapes, some basic expressions, and around 20 extra blend shapes for Aijuko movement and Warudo. I had so much fun making my model. I think she turned out really cute and girly, which is something that I really like. I will upload a full-length version of this video later on, as this was around 30 hours of work cut down into 10 minutes or less. If you are looking for an artist, I have commissions open, so please contact me. And that is it for this video. If you like it, please thumbs up and subscribe. If not, that's fine. I still like you the same. Thank you so much for watching my video. It really means a lot to me, and I will see you guys in the next